Hi guys, hope you're okay. This is Daniel. So I was talking to someone random the other day and they saw some of the YouTube videos and they asked if I worked in mental health and I said no. But what was interesting is that it's not the first time someone's asked me that question. And I think the reason why it comes up very often is because I am genuinely quite an interpersonable person. I love people and I do like psychoanalyzing people, maybe to a fault sometimes. But what was quite interesting was that bit of feedback was quite helpful to me because up until recently I've really struggled to maybe put a theme on the channel. And I think the whole purpose of YouTube, especially in 2020, is to really carve out a bit of a niche and be able to kind of spearhead that in a particular direction where you're able to become well known for something. The problem with me is that I've got a very, very wide array of interests. And I think the problem with having a wide array of interests is that if you don't hone them into one particular thing, you can become a little bit saturated and maybe obsolete to a degree. But then I guess the underpinning of what I'm doing and the reason why I do what I do, aside from my ego, is to, I don't know, provide some advice for people that might be useful, to help people make better choices in their own life based on the fact that, they can see the mistakes that I've made and maybe avoid them. Doing things like NoFap and interpersonal challenges that test the limits of the human spirit are things that are very close to my heart. And, it does feel a bit hypocritical sometimes when I talk about doing these things and maybe do them for a period of time and then stop. But then I guess, that is the whole notion of being a human being, really. We're not, in my opinion, hardwired to do the same thing indefinitely, because by doing that, it's almost like saying that you've given up on the potential of anything else that might come around the corner, because you are either so stuck on this one particular topic or life path that having the flexibility to break away from that can be quite detrimental if you perceive that as being the case. I guess a mild example I have in relation to that was when I left my previous job. I'd been working continuously for maybe 14 years up until that point, not doing the same thing, but in the same industry. But losing out on that was a bit of a detrimental blow to my ego because I didn't really know what to be outside of that particular role. And it's only after a conversation with a close relative where they said, the job that you do is not the thing that defines you, it's the person you are that defines who you are. And only after maybe being at home for a brief period of time and stepping off of that hamster wheel of, accomplishments has just led me to feel that we can be anything we want to be, essentially. And I think it just takes the aptitude of maybe reading and having a vision of what you want to do. And maybe even if you haven't got a clear vision, just working towards a particular goal is the first place to start. So the inspiration can come from anywhere, but I think the thing that separates us from having a thought versus having the action to do something is by actually choosing to step in a direction and saying, I'm going to give this thing a try and see where it goes. So, that's just my quick rant about this. Maybe for people who are feeling a bit directionless, that's what I'll title the video. For people who are feeling directionless and maybe need some guidance, just realise it all starts with you. There are no right or wrong answers. Just start from now, go forward, see how it works out. But they're my quick thoughts. Hope you're all well. Take care. Speak soon. Goodbye.